The college football experience week 12 pregame show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. So do that, and remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, folks, this is Bud Foster. You're listening to SGPN. Let's let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football and basketball experience pregame show. YouTube.com/the college experience. Holy shit. I was just talking to you guys about, I don't know, 4.5 hours ago. We're back. And we will talk as Coppin State, South Alabama just tipped there in Florida of all places. So what are you doing? Put that on the screen. Nothing like, competing against that game. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, AKA Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Woo! These turnarounds are tough in November. You know? A little tough. It's getting old. Great slate. Great thing. I mean, my only complaint is that with love, is that I got to go to my niece's birthday party. So I'm going to miss a little bit of it in the middle of the action. But hey, happy birthday to her. I am joined by my co-host. It's been a minute. We were on different pages for a little bit. I was canceling shit. He had internet problems, but he's always kicking ass. He is the host of the NBA Gambling Podcast and the WNBA Gambling Podcast. Give it up for the great Terrell Furman Jr. How do I add you? There we go. Timing, not great.
All right.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Can you hear me? I sound good. I sound great. Everything going?
You're good, man. You're good.
I love to see the South Carolina Gamecocks besides you over there, Kobe.
Yeah.
Shouts out to them.
This was a gift.
One of my many bandwagons.
Yeah. Let's go. Lenora Sellers. But they got to keep him. Good luck. But
good try.
He's gonna be starting at Ohio State or something next year, right? How you doing, man? It's been a minute. How's everything?
Yeah, it has. It's been a long time. What's happened? I mean, it feels like last time we talked, there wasn't an official college football playoff. Now there are official rankings. Thoughts, real quick? Anything?
It's corruption is it's been a thing that's drove this country
Kobe's
for quite a while.
Himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad to see Texas is in the top 10. They've really earned it with their overtime win against Kentucky with that fourth down stop. Kentucky's a great team, as you can tell.
Great
and then,
win.
Yeah, and then the 17 point. They were down 17 points in the fourth quarter to Mississippi State. Glad to see they're a winning team. No, actually, both those teams aren't winning teams. And
you haven't been excited about what he's seen from Arch Manning this year? He's not a Heisman to you?
Yeah. I just his family lineage. He's given the Heisman now, as far as I'm concerned. The first snap he took in Columbus should have just gave it to him.
Nepotism is a thing. You see it all across all sports. I never understood why Bronny got the bad end of the stick when Arch Manning is out here actually the starting quarterback of a Power 5 top 10 team.
That's when we bring up the race thing. I think that's because that That is valid, right? Bronny was just, he was just born into the world. It's not his fault, right? It's not his fault that dad happens to be the most powerful basketball player on planet Earth, right? Let's be honest. Hey, here's what I can tell you. I've been 40 years on planet Earth. It's about who the fuck you know, all right? And if you could call dad and say, hey, you think I can play for the Lakers, dad?
Yeah. Yes, you can. Matter of fact, we can make that happen.
And people
we
are
can
giving
make
him
that
shit.
happen today.
The same people giving him shit would do the same fucking thing if it was them. 100%. 100%.
It's crazy, but nepotism only works for the first child. Second child, you're screwed. Second.
Oh man, but I do appreciate how they say Virginia is terrible because Virginia should be penalized because they there's been a lot of close games, and they've lost to some questionable teams, right? So what? They lost to Wake Forest, who's got a winning record,
Uh-huh.
and they lost to NC State, who's got a winning record, right? So two teams by definition that are winning Power 5 programs. Texas lost to this 3-win team called Florida that lost to a group of 5 at home, but that's okay. That loss is okay. No, it's okay. It's Florida's a good team, right? But what do you mean they're a good team? They're by definition a losing team, and they play less Power 5. They've played less Power 5s, right? Well, but it's okay because they're in Florida. Right? But they lost to a group of 5 team, right? But it's okay. They're Florida. They won a national championship 20 years ago, right? Okay. That's just one story. We could also talk about Notre Dame, but yeah, it's always a rigged thing, man. That's why we need a larger playoff than 12 because they're corrupt.
I think 12 works if they didn't just rig it.
I agree. It could if they were just like if they kept the same. Like, here's my problem is, okay, if you're gonna value by them saying Texas losing to Florida is not a bad loss because Florida's good. If that's what they're saying, right? If they're saying, look, Dundee, we know football. The record says that, but Florida's actually good. Okay. Well, then why the fuck have they kept back South Florida so long? Because South Florida beat Florida in that same field that Texas couldn't do. Yeah. Right. So that if you just kept that, I don't even have a problem with someone coming on here and saying, or someone saying out there, hey, Florida's a good football team. I mean, I have my own personal thing, but I'd be willing to swallow that pill as if they kept it consistent. You know what I mean? If they kept it consistent, I'd be like, okay, I disagree, but I see your logic and you're sticking to your logic, right? And the same can be said for Notre Dame's wins or losses, comparing those to Louisville or Miami. How about Miami's?
Oh yeah, Louisville? I was literally just looking at Miami at 15. Like, this is what they do. Like, Miami doesn't have anything of quality.
Louisville went to their house and won wire to wire. Now, obviously, Louisville took a third loss last night because they couldn't kick an extra point, a field goal, or anything. But so now I actually would have Miami ahead.
Shout out to Dabo for making sure he makes it to another bowl.
That game was ridiculous. That game, I had money on Louisville. That was a ridiculous fucking game.
I had Clemson. I was telling people, I was like, yo, Miller Moss can lose this game. Like,
dude, they're Louisville. I understand, like, he's not terrible, but you can get better like they could have gotten Mensa, dude. They could have gotten Mensa. They have
nobody cares. Mensa didn't come from a Power 5. That's why.
Mensa's a beast, dude. He's
like way
top,
better than Moss.
Yeah.
One of the better quarterbacks in the ACC.
You might even be able to say
the best.
I was about to say, is he the best? I think he might be the
best. Some people like Haynes King. I'm not a Haynes King guy. You know that.
Look, he's a gamer, but as far as like opening up the field, Mensa can make every throw. I mean, I am super impressed by him. I've been super impressed since his first game at Tulane, where I was like, who the fuck is this? But I mean, Haynes King's a good leader, but there's limitations to his game. You know what I mean? It's like he's a very good player. You can run him a million times, like they did against Georgia, right? But there are certain throws that you just like he can't make. Mensa can make throws.
Yeah,
and Mensa, they don't run Mensa enough at Duke. He's athletic, but Yeah. Anyway, Louisville, those bastards. So dude, we got a bunch of games kicking in about 49 minutes.
Last time I talked to you, college basketball wasn't going on either. Holy crap,
Oh
Cody.
yeah. I
We
mean,
got a
this is
lot
our
to talk
favorite.
about.
This is our favorite time of year, right?
Yeah. All right. Russian roulette. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, man. And look, it's been a little bit. The getting done at 6:30 in the morning and then getting up for an 11 a.m. show. Not the greatest feeling on the East Coast.
I just
Miss my
never
West Coast.
understood. I thought that y'all were up late night because you were on the West Coast. So I thought when you made it East Coast, the late nights would stop. No, in fact, they got worse. They in fact got worse. Mac and Kobe in the same time zone is no good.
Well, here's a part of the problem: getting them all on the same level, and also like the biggest games. It's supposed to be reaction slash that. So like last night, the like 3 or 4 of the biggest games were the latest games, like Gonzaga, Arizona State, UCLA, Arizona, and Washington State. So you're like, if I start recording in the middle of this, what's the point of the reaction to talk about Oral Roberts? You know what I mean? Like,
I think this is just me. I do Saturdays. I do Saturdays. Here's a thought. The show is good enough that if you start when the games start, you're probably not going to be done talking until the last game
That's
ends
fair.
anyway. And so by the time you get to it, the last game will be over. You guys,
that's
be going.
fair, but the problem is I can't break it down.
I'll be like, they're 3 hours in. All right, great. I just made it in time.
The problem is I like to like Arizona UCLA is a game that I'm like I gotta watch this, you know. And if I'm talking, you know, to those idiots, I'm sitting there like, oh god, I gotta listen to Beanick talk, I gotta listen to Mac talk. I'm trying to watch the fucking game here. I'm joking, guys.
Shout out to Arizona State, but Wazoo though, especially Arizona State with that late cover.
Against Gonzaga, yeah, and Washington State, we hit on that too. I got one for you in 47 minutes that I'm curious. So that same South Florida team that I just propped up, I think they're going to lose at Navy today. I'm getting 10.5 points. Navy rested their quarterback against Notre Dame. Said, "Hey, why don't you take the day off? We're here. Who gives a fuck if we beat Notre Dame or not? They still owe us from World War II." Yeah, I look, South Florida, it's cold, right?
It is.
So this is the first game they're playing in any type of cold weather.
Well, what's the temperature outside? Because I'm actually not far away.
Ooh,
About 55. 55.
I see they're calling for 50 during the game.
Yeah. And it's a little bit of wind, cloudy. It's not a nice day.
Well, I just think Navy also rested their guys for this, and Navy beat their ass last year, 28-7 in Tampa. Now, I think Byron Brown might have been out of that game, so that's I don't know how relevant that is, but I just think Navy's a pretty good football team, and I think they kind of waved the white flag against Notre Dame. I think they at least stay within this. Maybe South Florida, because Galesh is a good coach. Maybe South Florida gets the dub, but 10.5 is too much for an option team that's going to limit your possessions in their house, to me. So I'm locking up.
Yeah, I think that goes into it. Also, I will take the angle of if they make Brown one-dimensional, take away the run, make them one-dimensional, make them attack you through the pass. I know that's where you want to attack Navy, but Navy's actually been a little bit better in the past against the pass this year than they have in years past. So this would be one area where I'd say, hey, make them really challenge you in the pass game, make him one-dimensional so you know what's coming up in front of you. And Navy, I think the offense, it's just going to be really hard to prepare for that. So yeah, I'm with you. I like Navy plus points.
That's the best. Drew Cronick is the OC. Great name. But also they do that's the most passing I've seen out of an option team, and it's very creative. Some of the looks they give you are absolutely fucking foreign. Like you I'll put it like this: like if you don't practice that could be. I mean, I'm sure South Florida is studying the film and stuff, but I'm just saying some of the looks they give you. Oh, well, I was watching the game a couple of weeks ago, and like they didn't. they checked at the line of scrimmage to it was a crazy pass. It was like they brought, I think, both running backs on a wheel. It was interesting, like just because you're just like, oh fuck. I was like, that is something you don't see much. Yeah, I'm all over Navy. That's one of my favorite plays on the board. Your Gamecocks are getting 17.5 in Texas A&M. I have to root for Texas A&M because Kramer put it in the contest, and of course he laid 19.5. Glad to see you got the best number. But what are you doing here?
No, I'm really good on this game in particular. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if this was kind of the South Carolina, Texas A&M ugly, nasty game, like kind of similar to the Auburn game where it was just kind of low scoring, nothing really going, because the South Carolina defense actually hasn't been horrible majority of the year. Like they pick and chose their spots and had very good moments. And I really think that we're getting to the point of the season where Texas A&M is about to start closing this thing down and starting to slow this thing down a little bit, getting ready for Texas. Like this is 2 weeks prep for Texas, because that ultimately you win this game, you beat Texas, you're in the SEC title game. But you got to beat Texas. You got to win this game. I think they do enough to win it. I don't think they're serious about covering 17, so I would do South Carolina plus 17. But I'll root for Texas A&M because y'all got them in the contest too.
He went off. I didn't put that on the sheet. We've been playing the whole year. He had to pick games on the sheet, and he just
dips over.
He just hot potatoes is that. I'm going with A&M minus 19.5. I'm like, what? What? It's
Just
like there's a lot on the board. If we could go off the reservation, I would have done this shit a long time ago.
You would have had them betting freaking D3
right?
D3 college football in the contest.
Yeah, Johnny's saying there's 16.5 out there in the chat for that game. What about Michigan Northwestern at Wrigley? That game's kicking in 50 minutes as well, or 45 minutes.
You love this game, don't you?
I love the game at Wrigley because of our whole history as the sport. I mean, if you do a deep dive on the sport, it's unavoidable. And they hosted like 40 NFL championships at Wrigley, like major college football games. I dig it. I think we should do that to honor it. But unfortunately, Terrell, I like soul and substance, and we're in a world where it's driven by money. And they say, hey, let's play it at the most ridiculous place we can play it at. Most years, this is one where it prevails, just because Northwestern is this would never happen if they weren't doing their stadium, destroying their stadium, and putting in a new stadium. So this is a lesson in life. This is what I tell White Tigers. Like, look, even though
this is the conversations you're having with White Tiger when
100%.
Nobody else is around.
I go, money's driving everything, man, but there's always a silver lining in everything. And the money is driving. They got rid of Northwestern's great stadium for this fucking MLS stadium that they're building. But at least they're playing Lakeside for a little bit. And then at Wrigley, there's something good in it. So be an optimist by nature, brother.
Crazy straight at the MLS, by the way. They did nothing to you.
The stadiums all look the same, dude. I just like personality. You know what I mean? Like you gotta just look like you're different than anybody. You know what I mean? If you're just trying to copy everybody, what are we doing here? Right? That's why I think people subscribe to our show, if I'm being honest.
It is different.
Yeah. It's like you see
you don't know what you're gonna get each week.
Not to compare myself to Wrigley Field, but I'm just saying, shout out to Sarkis giving us $20. Hey man, this is cool. There we go, man. Appreciate that. Nice comment. Thank you, man. Michigan's laying 10.5. This line has actually dropped. This was at like 12.5 or 13, I feel like. So money coming in on Northwestern. Where are you at with Michigan? Because like if they win this, I think they're pretty much they're probably gonna be in the playoffs. I would assume. Assuming they could lose to Ohio State, but they'd only have 3 losses. So therefore, I think some 3-loss teams are getting in. And guess what? I mentioned the college football playoffs and corruption. Well, Michigan gets a shit ton of TV ratings. So I would think they'd be in a decent spot to make the playoffs. Whereas Iowa, if they had the same record, would be like, oh yeah, never heard of you guys.
I
What are you
think
doing
you're
here?
very bold for assuming that that Ohio State is going to be the third loss of these 3 games they have left between Northwestern, Maryland, and Ohio State. There's a
Oh,
very
I'm
good
still taking
possibility.
Michigan.
It's a very good possibility that they could drop the game to
Loxley.
Maryland. Yeah, Loxley and Maryland. Very good possibility that they could drop the Maryland game prior to Ohio State and then actually come out and beat Ohio State. Like, there's a world of possibilities for this Michigan team. Ryan Day has his hands cut out for him this year. I don't think this Michigan team is that good, honestly, if I'm being honest. Like, I
I
really
don't think
don't
they're
think they're
that
that
good
good.
either. But I mean,
10.5 is too much for me. I mean, well, Notre Dame sucks, but like, I mean, not Notre Dame. Northwestern sucks, but I'm really
they're
not
gonna
a
have
believer in Michigan
crowd though.
football.
You're telling me, like, you go to, like, even in Chicago, like, Chicago, from my experiences, I've been like 7 or 8 times. There's just pockets of just gigantic Big Ten fan bases all throughout
Mhm.
Chicago. Like, you walk into a bar, noon on a Saturday, it's like you'll have an Iowa bar, you'll have like a Michigan bar. So I just feel like
Mhm.
Michigan fans are gonna be there.
Yeah, I don't care. Give me Northwestern plus the points. I know they didn't look good against USC, but they kept the game close against Penn State. Uh, I think they have enough. I think that the Wrigley Field advantage, all of that, even though it will be a lot of blue, they're 5-3-1 against the spread this year. Michigan's 3-6. Like, I just want nothing to do with Michigan. I don't trust Michigan. I've been making money fading Michigan this season, and it hasn't let me down. And for whatever it's worth, whatever the quote unquote home venue for Northwestern is, they're 4-1. So I'll take
They
Northwestern.
are. What's crazy is I was playing devil's advocate. I think I would take the points too. I'm not going to bet this specific game, but
More than likely not
Michigan's
going to bet it.
offense like just struggles a little bit too much for me. So it's like Northwestern's, their defense is actually not bad. So I think they could stay in that game. Uh, Kansas State's at Oklahoma State late. What about Notre Dame Pitt? How about that? That's a big game. Pat Narduzzi said, I hope they beat us 100-5. I think the internet overreacted to surprise. I think the internet might have overreacted to Pat Narduzzi. I fully expect this team to be ready. I think my gathering of this is that Pat Narduzzi seems kind of upset with the current state of the sport, with Stanford and Cal being in the ACC and many other things like that. So this dude played linebacker at fucking the FCS level, right? His dad was a coach, right? I believe his brother also played. It's almost like the Harbaughs to a certain extent, and coached. I just think he's a guy. He's a rah guy. Now look, he could be terrible in game moment. I met fucking Pat Narduzzi. He strikes me as a guy that is ready to go at all times, right?
Yeah, and I would some people have the bravado, and sometimes the bravado is too much. It's normally too much when you're laying a bunch of points, but when you're catching a bunch of points, oh, you need that bravado. You need
Yeah.
something to
And
get you in
college
the
game
game
days
and
in
get you
Pittsburgh.
going. Yeah, so I love the points. Give me the points. I think that
I'm
Marcus
with you.
Freeman, one, is not focused because for some reason there's Marcus Freeman to coach the Giants talks around the league and everything. I don't know why that's the thing, but apparently Marcus Freeman is the perfect coach for the New York Football Giants. No, I root for Marcus Freeman. Trust me, I root for Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
I do not want Marcus Freeman to coach the Giants. He's not locked in. He's not locked in. Narduzzi is a dog. I mean, really, we could have stopped it there. Narduzzi is a dog. 7-2 against the spread this season, and 4-1 at home is Pitt against the spread. So, yeah, give me the points.
I'm with you. Let's
Locked.
go. Battle of great freshman quarterback against great redshirt freshman quarterback. Should be fun. Shout out to Stefan. Stayed up early to get the locks and dogs for today's college basketball slate. Now up early too. We got dedicated fans. That's what I love, man. Is like, fantastic stuff there. Appreciate you, man. Okay, that's the more I got one, and you're gonna like this one, I think. So last week, one of our best plays was UConn money line against Duke.
I did play it.
Oh yeah, let's go. And then they stormed the field. And that was lit. Jim Moore, to his credit,
Oh
friend of the
no.
program.
Oh no, I see where this is going.
Oh yeah, buddy. They stormed the field. And the Air Force Falcons and poor Air Force, they're not
Dear
any
God.
good. They're just a 3-win team. What happened when UConn played another option team this year? Oh, it was Rice, and they lost.
They did, and they were 10-point. This opened up at 10. They were 10-point favorites in that game too.
I cashed on Rice, right?
Yeah.
A little concerned about the fact that UConn's quarterback Joe Fagnano has yet. Have you seen this dude's stat line, by the way? Let me read you this dude's stat line. This is one of the most incredible. This is like a former FCS guy, right? He has right now on the season. He has almost 3,000 yards, right?
Damn.
Completing 69% of his passes. So he's actually throwing for yards each game. 25 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
He's actually throwing for yards each game. Well, what else is he throwing for?
Well, I'm just saying, like sometimes you could look at like an option quarterback.
No,
and
yeah,
you see,
I feel you. Yeah.
But they drop him back a lot. He has 0 interceptions and 25 touchdowns. Is this guy God? Do we did God come down in a UConn
get
uniform?
him in a better system?
Unbelievable. But here I am fading God. Give me Air Force plus the 8.5. It's a sleepy game, I think. Now I will say, Jim Mora has got that crowd lit. That they're showing up in Connecticut. I don't know what there's all those people that work at the insurance companies are showing up.
My only concern is that UConn will play close games. And there's a very good potential that this goes to overtime. And so Air Force has to just get the ball first in overtime.
We're getting 8.5 right now. What are you seeing?
Oh yeah. Like when you get 8.5, you catch the points. But I'm talking about for the money line sprinkle. I'm sorry, I was answering a question in my head because Logan was talking about 2 more teams to add to the Navy money line round robin. I was thinking about Air Force, Navy, Air Force. It feels like it goes together, but I am concerned about Air Force losing an overtime game on the road, but they will cover this number.
There we go. My biggest concern is that quarterback throwing dimes against Air Force's safeties. Oh my, they're terrible. Like I think they might be the worst starting safeties in all of college football. They have the 130th
Take the over
ranked pass defense. Yeah,
like Air Force is going to eat up a bunch of clock, but they're going to put points on the board. UConn is probably going to score in they're either going to go 3 and out or they're going to score in 15 seconds.
I mean, there's going to be big play potential. By the way, there's a receiver for UConn named Skylar Bell. This dude UConn's second leading receiver has 28 catches. Skylar Bell has 85. 85 catches, over 1,000 yards, 13
Yeah, I think
touchdowns.
Skylar Bell down there somewhere. I think he down
DFS.
there. I think he over there somewhere. Let me just
DFS load up on Skylar Bell. Mac in the chat, another Mac saying Air Force going to get rocked. Joey F is playing for Heisman votes. I don't know why College Game Day barely mentions this guy. 25 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
I've watched football my whole life.
You should at least be a finalist. Like even if they don't give it to you, you should at least get recognized and be a finalist.
Yeah, he should get that dinner,
and you should be able to get
right?
to New York. Yeah.
Next up, Arizona, Cincinnati, critical game in the Big 12. Cincinnati still both these teams actually technically alive for the Big 12 championship. Arizona catching 5.5 in Cincinnati. It's the first time these schools have ever played one another. I bet Cincinnati and I laid it. It's going to be cold. So, or somewhat cold for Tucson, I believe.
Arizona had no business winning that game last week. I bet Cincinnati too.
Let's go. Double lock on these Bearcats.
I like Cincinnati quarterback too. He just ran into last time. They ran into a buzzsaw in Utah. Like, come on, it's Utah. You know how I feel about the Utes, but I like Sorber. I like him.
Yeah, he is a beast. He is a very good quarterback, I think. I got another bet here. So Narduzzi Signetti almost lost. I'm getting my Italians mixed up. Signetti almost lost to Penn State. That game was high drama a week ago. Wisconsin stormed the field despite. Did you see the passing numbers last week, Terrell? We should probably do an hour on this. So last week, Wisconsin beat a ranked Washington team stormed the field. You ready for this? Their stats for this game: passing the ball. Their punter threw a fake punt, Sean West, for 24 yards, 1 for 1, 24 yards.
No
Their other
way.
quarterbacks,
No way.
that led the team.
No
Their other
way.
quarterbacks, Hunter Simmons, the freshman, was 2 of 3 for 16 yards, 5 yards per attempt. They then had Carter Smith, a quarterback, go 3 for 12 for 8 yards.
You said they stormed the field.
They did. They did storm the field there. They also had Danny O'Neal go 0 for 2. So this was just amazing. This is what happens. But notice how they won. So before they're trying to do Derry Raid, pass the ball on the field, right? Then they would have much better stats than that. But they lost. My point in all this is Indiana's going to win by more than 28.5 points. I am laying it with the Hoosiers minus 28.5 points. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Indiana really doesn't have anything else to play for. Like, what? You're playing for a rivalry game against Purdue, and I mean, it's Purdue. Like, that's a really hard rivalry game for me to get behind. Maybe it's because I'm not from the area. It's a really hard rivalry game for me to get behind. I just gotta assume that Narduzzi is just gonna do like Narduzzi's never happy with anything.
We're both.
Oh dang! I didn't say Narduzzi. Look, the Italians, man. The Italian love here is going crazy. You got
They're
me
similar.
saying
They're similar though. I could.
it's the eyes. It's the ending everything with an eye, and it's throwing me off. But yeah, Signetti is never happy. Like never happy. It's literally something they could be up 20, 30 points, and Signetti's like little frown face on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like trying to get the offense right. So yeah, I guess if I had to pick a side, I'd probably pick Indiana, but I'm not laying this amount of points.
I got another bet in Tempe. Look, West Virginia, they've won 2 straight. As I projected, Rich Rod's offense will start to click a little bit more in November. However, a trip to Tempe, Arizona, take on Arizona State off a bye, I think is a bad spot. And I will lay the 10.5 with Arizona State, who's still alive for the Big 12 championship. And I hate to say this, Terrell, but Kenny Dillingham, a lot of people thought Bo Nix was a terrible quarterback before Kenny Dillingham got to him. Sam Leavitt struggled in brief time at Michigan State. Kenny Dillingham got to him. And the Jeff Sims that I saw the other day.
No, shut up.
Did you see what he did?
Shut up. He's not good. He's not good, yo. He's like fucking 32 years old. Like, no, he's not good. Don't try to sell me. Like, okay, he ran around. He ran the ball.
That's what
ran
they're
the
gonna
ball,
do.
ran around in circles a bunch. Like
that's what we're gonna do.
yards on the ground is crazy, but like he ran around in circles a bunch. I'm
lay the 10.5. Lay the 10.5 against Dub V. Dub V hasn't been to Tempe ever, I don't think. If so, it was in like the 50s. Right?
Take the over.
So over 46.5. Let's go.
They played in Tempe. Well, I don't know. This might be a neutral site. Oh yeah, this looks like this is probably a neutral site game. Yeah, this is a bowl game. Never mind. But it was 42-43 West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, there could be some high.
There's going to be a lot of points scored here. I'm just letting you know, a lot of points scored here. I will never ever lay double digits with Jeff Sims or recommend it. I think Kobe's even insane, regardless if they cover or not.
Today.
I will never give me Dub V plus the points.
I got to ask you about this game. I know it's not on the radar much, but Kentucky's laying 23 points against undefeated FCS Tennessee Tech. Kentucky just beat Florida's ass. Rivalry game, if you don't know. And now they're taking on an undefeated Tennessee Tech team. Bobby Wilder, former Old Dominion head coach, won 10 games one season at ODU. Any chance you like these Golden Eagles plus 23 in Lexington?
I would only do it just because of the story that, like, come on, they would make a movie off of this if they beat Tennessee, if they beat Kentucky in this game. Like, they would make a movie off of it. So.
SEC, yeah, write it out. Shit, I'll start writing today once this thing ends. Virginia Duke's the biggest game of the day, I think, with the most implications. I don't want to say biggest game as far historically. I'd say Alabama, Oklahoma, but for the most implications, I think Virginia at Duke is the biggest game of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Duke's laying 3.5. This has come down a point, and it's come down a point because Chandler Morris, I think, is going to play. I think that was reported yesterday
Yeah.
by somebody. But the dogs are barking behind me, and that means I will take the Wahoos to stay in this game. Duke may win. I kind of think Duke will win, but I'm getting more than a field goal. Give me the Wahoos.
I need to go back. I need to go back and double check the history of this game, but I'm almost positive between UVA and Duke, you're supposed to take the home team.
Well, I think the last time they played, Virginia won at home 30-27. I don't know the
So
ones before that,
I
but
know for a fact the last 5 games, you've got Duke at home 38-17 as a 2-point favorite. You got UVA at home 48-0 as a 10.5-point
Whew.
favorite. UVA 38-20 at home, and UVA at home 48-14. I'd have to go back and keep looking, but I feel like that's what I remember in the ACC from this rivalry. ACC aficionado. I have to double
yes,
check with our president, NC Nick, of the ACC gambling fan club here, and just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure you're supposed to take the home team here. I'm pretty sure that's the handicap here. You start off taking the home team, you go from there. I like Mensa. I think Mensa is good, and while Chandler Morris is solid, I think that this Duke team is all right. They were clearly looking ahead to this game, and now they got to right the ship because they could not take that loss last week, and that really messed a lot of things up for them. So I think they wake up here, put forth a good effort. A little bit nervous about covering 4.5, honestly, but I'll take Duke anyway.
I would love to see Duke make the playoffs because I think people have been using them as kind of a pun this year. Is like, oh, look how much of a joke the ACC is. I was at ACC Media Days and I was talking to a scout that really liked. He was like, Duke, believe it or not, has like 6 or 7 guys that he thinks are on the NFL radar. Like, maybe not. I mean, Mensa being one of them, so I don't think he'd be there this next year. But he was like their DN, Wesley Williams, Chandler Rivers, their corners, like potentially first or second round draft pick. A safety, Terry Moore, who I don't think he's played for them yet this year because he was injured in the bowl game last year. He's telling me about all these guys, so I kind of got high on Duke, even though they have botched some games. I would love to see them make the playoffs because I actually think they have the firepower to pull off an upset. They haven't put it all together yet to me on the field with all the players, maybe for injury, maybe because Mensa's learning a new offense, but they could be a dangerous team. Iowa is at USC. USC is laying 6.5. They're calling for rain all day in Los Angeles. Give me Iowa. I normally don't like to take the Big Ten team going west, but if they're calling for rain, I will take the team not running the air raid that is used to playing ball in the rain, especially in California where it rains like 3 days a year. Give me the Hawkeyes. I think I might even jump on the money line here.
I would have took them regardless of whether it was raining or not. I just think that the defense is going to be too much for that offense, and it's going to be a very interesting battle. Great offensive mind, great defensive team mind, history, everything in Iowa. I like Iowa plus the points here. Whenever you're giving me Iowa more than a touchdown, then I'm probably going to take it because they play way too many close games. So ugly Big Ten game. Somewhat Big Ten game. Give me Iowa plus points.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think the money line's live there. Oklahoma, Bama. Perhaps I would say this is the biggest game of the day for historically. OU is getting 6.5. Bryant Denny Stadium against Alabama. I took the points. I did bet this game. I will say my confidence level is not like through the roof. It's just one of the better games of the day. I wanted some action on it. So I took the 6.5. I didn't go deep into this game. I put $50 on OU, but I just think they could stay in the game, and they're in the more desperate spot. So I still have questions on Oklahoma's offense. So I guess there's a chance they could get still blown out, but that offense, Mateer throws so many fucking 50-50 balls
I really think that the injury derailed his season. He had confidence. He was very good with the football early on. Then he had the injury and he came back and he never looked the same. And so it does make me question. I'm going to still take him here against Bama. Still not a big truster in DeBoer in these big games. I think even if Bama wins, it'd probably be what, a 3-4 point game, something like that, very close. So I will take OU plus the points. I would not also be surprised if Bama put themselves behind the 8 ball because they can't. You don't want a loss here, but they can't afford a loss here.
Yeah, that's fair. Shout out to Pat in the chat, says I parlayed Air Force Cincinnati and Indiana. What do you think? I think the one you're gonna sweat most is probably Indiana, just because it's a big ass number, but I don't know. I mean, I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about your play there.
Because that could be like 28-7, and then you don't cover, but they beat the shit out of Wisconsin. Like, that'd be the only thing.
Shout out to Clark in the chat. Kobe looks more awake than I thought he would. Shout out to Colombian coffee. That's true. There's like cocaine in this coffee. What about App State JMU? JMU playing for the playoffs, man. JMU's laying 20 and a half or 21. Shop around. 21? App State. This is kind of an old school rivalry game too. Like, I'll take the points. No bet. What are you doing here? I got to mention it because JMU is very much alive for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But by the way, what do you think about these rumblings? I'm hearing about James Franklin as Virginia Tech's next head coach.
This is what they always do. They play it safe. I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised. I thought that. So when I heard it pop back up today, I thought it was already official. So I thought this was the official announcing. No, they're still just talking. Like, it's 100% going to happen. And will it do anything? Probably not. Give me JMU.
I think it'll get him back to like 8-9 wins and consistently.
21. It feels like they want you to take the points. I'll lay it. Give me 21 JMU.
Ban neutral site games in the chat is saying Deion's the next coach of the Giants. Any speculation to that?
No comment.
NC State is getting 15 points at Miami. I hate to say it. Give me the pussy pack plus 15. Like Hollywood Smothers. I mean, I think he's gonna play. He's a beast running back. CJ Bailey's a good quarterback. 15 points? Playing for bowl eligibility?
Yeah, big thing here. Not Kayla Barr. I'm getting all my coaches mixed up today. You got Mario Cristobal, who is a great recruiter, not a good leader of men on the football field. Struggles as a home favorite, struggles as a double-digit home favorite in his career. And so very good spot towards NC State here, catching him in a spot where he's going to force these games into being a lot closer games. He didn't cover the number against Syracuse. He didn't cover the number. Matter of fact, he lost it outright against SMU. Didn't cover the number against Louisville. Only team that he was able to cover that double digit was Stanford in the past 4 weeks. And come on, Stanford. I think NC State is, for all their troubles, are much better than Stanford. So I'll take the points.
Memphis at ECU, huge game. Pirates tied for first place in the AAC, Terrell. I know you didn't bring that up when you first saw me. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm sorry, Kobe. I apologize for not mentioning it.
I think CJ Bailey's playing, by the way. It's I haven't even seen him on the injury report. I saw Justin Jolly, their tight end, the UConn transfer, and then Hollywood Smothers, both questionable. Which are big parts of their offense. So CJ Bailey, I think, is playing. ECU though, huge game. They've won 8 of 10 against Memphis. I
was about to say they won the last 2.
That's what I'm saying. They've won 8 of 10 against these guys, and then they're gonna come in. They think they're gonna walk into Greenville with their fucking FedEx money, shipping shit around. No, smash play, ECU. What are you doing here?
All right, let's see here. What does Memphis have on deck? Navy. Oh, probably looking ahead to the Navy game a little bit. You got to get the win, though.
We gotta get this win. Let's go.
Yeah. ECU has been good. I would have loved to see this maybe at like 1, maybe even Memphis favored. But you know what? I think the line's telling you what to do. Lay it with ECU.
Let's go.
I think it's crazy the year that you're down on ECU is the year that they potentially win the conference.
Dude, I just hate their fucking offense, man. They're playing at like the fastest tempo in the fucking nation, or second fastest. And it drives me fucking crazy because me and NC Nick talk about this all the time. Nick will be randomly watching the ECU game, and he's like, "Dude, ECU's got dudes on their team," and I'm like, "I know. I actually think we're really talented.
Why
like,
are we not better?
Well, I'm like, we don't need the gimmick as much as we think. At times, if you're getting momentum and stuff, like, okay, play fast for a possession, play fast the whole time. I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, okay, you can sell me on like, okay, against if you're playing, I don't know, if you're playing Alabama, we play Alabama next year. Okay, I could see it where you're trying to catch them off guard. If you're playing like a gigantic Ohio State or something, it's not just, but going like, why are we doing this against fucking Charlotte or whatever? It's like, what are we doing? We have better athletes than them. Anyway, North Carolina. Speaking of great ACC matchups, North Carolina and Chapel Bill turned down the New York Giants. He said, "No, there's no."
He didn't turn it down. 2, they have been playing better.
They probably should have won 4 straight games, dude. If you actually break it down, the receiver fumbling in the end zone at Cal.
But see, this is
the
problem now. Everybody's on them now. Everybody is now buying into North Carolina, and that is a scary thing.
That's true. This line went from 6.5 to 4.5, and I might be partly responsible for that because I did load up on Carolina with 6.5 points. What are you doing here?
It just feels like this is going to be the North Carolina egg on your face, but I know this Wake Forest Stadium. It doesn't get lit.
They're going to be Carolina fans at this fucking game, dude. They're going to, I know Carolina fans they're no more wine and cheese and shit, but I'm still saying, like, I think it'll be like 50-50. When I was at the NC State Wake game this year, that shit was like, I would say 60-40. 60% Wake fans, 40% NC State fans. So what do you think?
I'll say the last 5 games, despite what crazy scores they might have been, have all been 1-possession games. They've all been very close. So with that, I have to say North Carolina plus the points, because you can't lay this amount of points with the team in a rivalry game where they're actually not the better team in the rivalry game. And then they're also laying what is now almost 2 possessions, and these are all 1-possession games. So I'll take the points with North Carolina, but I don't like it. I don't like that everybody else is now betting North Carolina.
Yeah. Shout out to Rob in the chat, who's still furious about the Louisville kicking situation. Me too, brother. And I hope you're good, man.
Yeah. What?
Best wishes.
I hope
you,
everything
man.
is all right.
Rob, are you on Twitter, dude?
Way to be able to laugh. Like,
yeah, well, you gotta be able to laugh. But I mean, dude, if you're on Twitter, can you find me at the Colby D? Hit me up. We're gonna send you some gear, bro. All right, because I was part of that loss too. I felt that pain, right? Utah, Baylor.
Friday
Utah
Night Dogs.
9.5 at Baylor. 9.5, dude. That's a big number. I'm taking Baylor. Taking Baylor in these points. What are you doing here? Baylor, sprinkle the money line. This is a game. Baylor can fire that fucking ball around there. What's their pass offense? They got to be top 5 in the nation. Yeah, 4th best pass offense.
Yeah, because the quarterback just throws it down the field and doesn't look where he's going, and just so happens that somebody in a green shirt picks the ball up. But
well,
it could very easily be a red jersey taking the ball today. This Baylor team is 2-7 against the spread, going against my Utah Utes, who are 7-2 against the spread. You're not selling me into this, Kobe. You're trying to say this is a lot of points, and I get it. But no, this Utah team is good. They're rolling, and what do? They beat up bad teams. They will beat up on bad teams. 53-7 against Colorado, 45-14 against Cincinnati, 42-10 against that Arizona State squad, 48-14 against UVA. Like, Texas Tech, BYU. Those are the two hiccups. They beat up bad teams. Go back and forth and struggle with the good teams. Give me my use. Lay the number. I'm
I
very
will say
disappointed.
this.
Very disappointed.
There's currently a situation with like their school president or athletic director. Who was athletic director? I think. Who he is taking a leave of absence for. I guess something came out for the way he treated Michael Trigg, their star tight end, which is he's a fucking beast, by the way. Apparently, he was like yelling at him on the sidelines or something. Yeah. Maybe I don't know the state of the locker room. I'll say that because I don't understand the line being this ridiculous. Give me the points though, and Baylor. They're gonna be able to hang around. They're still alive in this race too. Florida is that Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, the Kiffin Bowl. This line was at 14.5. It's now down to 11.5. I think I might be responsible for this because I do have Florida and the points, and I did sprinkle that money line. Just because I don't know where the fuck Lane Kiffin's head's at. He struggled with this in years past.
He's only got one loss at this point. Like, come on. He's due for another loss.
Yeah.
That's really that's the start
talk
of the
too with
conversation
him.
for me. No, they're not. You're just now you're just throwing.
No, Kramer's hyped on that.
Now you're just throwing stuff at the
Kramer's hyped on that.
Well, Kramer doesn't know what he wants. Kramer wants John Gruden. It's like I don't care what Kramer wants.
John Gruden.
Like I don't care.
Look, I like John Gruden, but good Lord, everyone's got him for every fucking job in the world right now. Arkansas fans are like, we need John Gruden. Virginia Tech fans with John Gruden. New York Giants, John Gruden. I'm
so anti John Gruden. Like,
are you on Florida?
Yeah, I'll take Florida in the points. I'm waiting on the Lane Kiffin masterclass to kind of set them back in the season. He'll make the playoff this year, which will be good for his resume. But to go with a clean sheet with the one loss, I don't think so. I think that this defense still has a lot of questions, and I think that Florida now, because earlier in the season we were fading them on the road, but now they've gotten all that experience, all the opportunity, and it's going to set them up for a good road effort here. So I like Florida plus the points. They keep it close.
There we go with the Gators. Gator. Texas, Georgia. Georgia laid 4.5. This has come down a little bit as well. I didn't bet this game, but I actually took Texas with the points just because I thought. I mean, I could see either scenario. I don't have strong conviction with this play, but I will say Smart does have Sark's number, so there is that. One more football game before we switch over. Boise State's at San Diego State. San Diego State's like 1.5. Backup quarterback playing for Boise. I went pretty heavy on Boise State.
Backup quarterback playing for Boise. I'm still on Boise.
I mean, no one had heard of Maddox Madsen. Everyone thought it was going to be the other kid, and he came right in and boom. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to stick it to San Diego State.
Wow, Fate and the Gals.
They're having a good year, but they're a little bit. I took Hawaii on the money line last week. I just don't think San Diego State's as good as their record. Some of it has been dressed up by their opponents.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was very embarrassing too. 38-6, horrible. How about you? Give me Boise.
Let's go. Lock up Boise. Look, I know we got to get to our parlay, but there's a couple big time basketball games today.
Please.
First off, Clemson's at Georgetown. I think you're in the area.
I am.
He's about to take down the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, so they got the win against Maryland is better than anything Clemson's done this season. Like, I understand Clemson is Clemson, but Georgetown team looks pretty legit this year.
I think this is their best team they've had in a while.
And then I think what was that crazy Ed Cooley stat when he was at Providence? I think it's something like Ed Cooley at home in a non-conference home game is very good, like very good at getting his team prepared for non-conference home games.
Maybe as a dog.
Maybe as a dog, but I think it's some crazy number that he well, of course it went to shit when the first season with Georgetown because they sucked, but he's typically is very, very good in non-conference home games. So yeah, I'm with you. Early game slate. I think people are going to be jumping on Clemson, and that's where the rearview mirror gets them. Give us Georgetown.
Rumors that Allen Iverson might be at the game today. Maryland, the buzzsaw returns to the scene of the crime. He's going back to Marquette. What the fuck? This line jumped in the 4 hours I was asleep. Marquette now laying 8.5. I mean, at what point do we buy Maryland?
It just means you
I
can't go to
bet
sleep.
Marquette. I bet Marquette, but I'm just saying 8.5. I'm still taking Marquette. Fuck it. I think that they were not happy when he left.
Shaka laying points is not normally the spot that I like to back them in, but I don't know if Maryland's got it together yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's go.
they of course we talked about Georgetown just a second ago. The Alcorn State game, people don't want to say, but like I think it was more competitive than the 20-point score. Even 20 points, only losing by 20 to Maryland, like that's actually kind of a win. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm confused about Maryland right now. Yeah, I'm with you. I can't fade my guy Shaka. Come on, that's my guy.
Lambo, so we like Southern Miss. I love Southern Miss today against Texas State. They're going to lock up the conference. I'd say most of the biggest games. BYU and
I
UConn
was
though
just
is
about to
being
say
played.
BYU
Yeah,
UConn is a big game.
top 10 matchup. Number 7 BYU.
They got to
Sort
go
of.
to veteranship, right?
Yeah, they're in Boston. They're
Yeah,
in Boston taking on the
but it's a
Huskies
7 o'clock game, so I mean, I'm not too tripping. But like, I got to go to veteran. This BYU team is still figuring it out.
I'm all over UConn, dude. It
Look at
almost
what
seems too
NIL.
easy,
Have you
right?
seen what NIL has done to BYU?
Look,
I
that
don't think I don't think they've had. Let me not say it. I would be interested to go in the back and see how many times that BYU has started these amount of players. NIL, that like if you ever want to look at what NIL has done to the landscape of all sports, look at what BYU is now starting in basketball and look at what they probably were starting maybe 20 years ago in basketball. Completely
oh
different.
yeah, oh yeah.
Completely different.
Well, they should have realized. Like, I mean, some of these other schools, like the Pac-12, I know they don't exist anymore, but they were kind of snobby at the religious aspect of BYU because BYU wanted in that conference. And look, they're just dumb. They should have said this school has a shit ton of money. And look, okay, they don't think like us, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Like as long as like uh, uh, they're a dinosaur now because they were dumb with decisions like that. BYU has a shit ton of money. It's the same shit as like, you know, to a different angle as, you know, SMU or TCU or Liberty or, you know, like there's
Mhm.
okay. So, you know, I just think you invited them to the party. They have a fuck ton of money. They're going to be good forever at football and
Yeah.
basketball, I think, as long as they can pay players. Um, uh, I'm on UConn as well, though. All right, let's end with this round robin. Let's go back to football here. We will not do the noon games, unfortunately, because I would love to get that on here. But round robin, money line, round robin parlay here.
All right.
Should we put Florida in this thing? It's like plus 400 or something. Yeah. BYU starts 4 black guys. Well, yeah. I mean,
they just never like that. Like that's literally
never happened.
unheard of at BYU. like that's the. It's just completely unheard of, and that's where I'm like, it's own. That's if you ever want to point to what NIL is doing and the more opportunities that people get, look at BYU.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That's insane to me. It's literally insane to me. I'm sorry.
uh, someone Roger the chat saying not many black Mormons.
Oh,
Well,
dude, you could probably count them on both hands in the world.
they changed their scripture at one point. God came down and he changed it to fit the modern times. Thankfully, God came down and changed that. Who else are we doing? So Florida. Do we dare put NC State in this thing?
No, can't do NC
Oklahoma,
State.
Iowa, Florida and I, we agreed on Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa can win in LA for sure.
So
Plus, I like this
Florida,
Iowa team. I would like Iowa to win. Let's go Florida, Iowa. Who was the other team that we said we? Oh yeah, we're not doing 12. Damn, Navy.
that's what I'm saying. The ones we like are kind of that spot.
Okay, hold on. I'm going back through real quick. I know
Do you
we're
think
late,
Virginia
people.
Tech could knock off Florida State and Florida State?
Potentially, they've been playing better.
What about Mississippi State at Missouri?
I think I would go the other game.
What about TCU at BYU?
Or do we just go Lil Yapper and throw in Boise? What's Boise?
Yes, Boise, Florida, Iowa. We need one more though. Carolina. It's North Carolina.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. They own
Boise
Wake Forest in the
State,
rivalry.
Florida, North Carolina, Iowa. Let's ride.
All right.
Folks, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the ones that actually were on the basketball show too. That's crazy because, well, you won't catch me doing that if I wasn't on the microphone. I'll tell you that right now. But I respect it. Hey, I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. Terrell's on Twitter at reallyreal __. Check out the NBA Gambling Podcast, the WNBA Gambling Podcast. Terrell's always killing it. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah. Hope all is well. Till next time, folks. This is the college football and basketball experience. We're back tonight talking hoops. Let's go. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot.